BTS's Day 2 concert at Rogers Stadium in Toronto suddenly turned into an unexpected moment when Jimin took the microphone and temporarily paused the show. In the middle of thousands of armies filling the stadium, Jimin directed everyone's attention toward Jungkook, shifting the stadium's high energy into a far more emotional atmosphere. Jimin seemed to have something specific to say. With a smile he could barely hide, he asked for the fans' attention before revealing that he didn't want to wait too long to deliver a special message to Jungkook. Teasing about Jungkook's birthday quickly surfaced, even though the actual special day was still quite a long way off. Why wait until the actual day? Became the spirit of the moment. Jimin seemed determined to take advantage of the rare opportunity of standing on stage alongside Jungkook and thousands of fans to share an early birthday wish. That spontaneous move immediately triggered even louder cheers from the crowd, while Jungkook began to realize he was becoming the center of attention. When Jimin began delivering his birthday message, the magnate's expression shifted to pure surprise. Shy and smiling, Jungkook repeatedly bowed his head, seemingly taken aback by Jimin's surprise attack in front of so many people. This candid reaction only made ARMY's screams ring out even louder throughout Rogers Stadium. Jimin then continued his message with a warmer tone. Rather than just offering a quick greeting, he expressed heartfelt gratitude to Jungkook for being such an essential figure in their journey together. His words deepened the emotional weight of the moment, especially as Jimin kept his full focus on Jungkook on stage. The thousands of armies witnessing it live responded overwhelmingly. Cheers, applause, and screams blended together as the stadium camera zoomed in on Jungkook's bashful expression. Many fans joined in by singing and chanting Jungkook's name, making the moment feel like an early birthday celebration. Interestingly, Jimin looked quite pleased watching Jungkook at a loss for words, as if this little sabotage was deliberately orchestrated to make Jungkook blush in front of ARMY. Jungkook could only smile while occasionally glancing at Jimin, transforming the stage into one of the warmest moments of the entire Toronto Day 2 concert. For ARMY, the incident was far more than just an early birthday wish. It was proof of how concert atmosphere can become deeply personal when members share their feelings spontaneously. And when Jimin finally returned the microphone, Jungkook was left still smiling shyly, leaving ARMY with one question that made them even more curious. Was Jimin's surprise truly over, or was there another attack coming before the Toronto concert ended? The atmosphere of BTS's Day 2 concert at Rogers Stadium in Toronto suddenly changed when Jimin unexpectedly called for attention and briefly stopped the performance. Amidst the roaring voices of thousands of armies, Jimin was seen taking the mic and gesturing as if he had something to say. No one expected that this short moment would become one of the most interesting events on stage that night. Just seconds before, the concert was still filled with the energy of BTS's performance. The members performed as usual, while ARMY continued to sing along to every song. However, when Jimin began to speak in between performances, the attention of the entire stadium slowly shifted to him. Jungkook, standing not far from Jimin, also watched with a curious expression. Jimin then seemed to intentionally prolong the suspense. He didn't immediately explain the reason for stopping the concert, but instead paused for a moment while smiling. That reaction made ARMY even more excited because it looked like a surprise was being prepared spontaneously. Jungkook was the person who looked the most confused. He seemed to try to understand what Jimin was doing while the fans' cheers kept growing louder. The situation made the mood on stage become more relaxed and filled with jokes. Not long after, the direction of Jimin's talk began to focus on Jungkook. From here, ARMY began to realize that stopping the concert was likely not without reason. Jimin seemed to deliberately take the opportunity on stage to give special attention to his fellow member. When Jimin started mentioning Jungkook's special day, the audience's reaction immediately turned even rowdier. Jungkook looked surprised and blushed, as if he didn't expect his name to be brought into the conversation in front of thousands of people. The smile that appeared on his face made ARMY even more hysterical. What made the moment feel unique was the fact that Jungkook's birthday had not actually arrived yet. Jimin seemed unwilling to wait too long to convey the message he wanted to give. The opportunity to perform together in Toronto finally became the reason to make an early surprise. That spontaneous moment then developed into one of the warmest interactions of the Day 2 concert. Jimin successfully transformed the mood from a regular concert into a conversation that felt much more personal, while Jungkook could only accept the surprise with a shy smile. ARMY was left wondering whether Jimin's action was planned or truly emerged spontaneously on stage. Jimin's comment about Jungkook's birthday being far off became one of the most interesting parts of the moment. In the middle of the Day 2 concert at Rogers Stadium, Jimin did not seem to care about the time gap leading up to Jungkook's special day. For him, the chance to stand together with Jungkook in front of thousands of ARMYs felt too precious to pass up. Jimin was then seen smiling upon realizing that the entire stadium's attention was already fixed on them. Instead of waiting until the actual birthday date arrived, he chose to deliver the message early. That spontaneous decision turned the concert atmosphere into a small celebration that was never planned by the fans. Jungkook himself did not seem to fully understand where Jimin's conversation was going. His expression looked surprised when his name was mentioned again, while ARMY's cheers grew louder. He even appeared bashful upon realizing that Jimin was really talking about his birthday on stage. For ARMY, this part felt all the more adorable because Jimin seemed to find his own reason to give a surprise. There was no obligation for them to celebrate a birthday way ahead of time, but Jimin made the moment an opportunity to show affection to Jungkook. The stadium atmosphere turned extremely warm. Thousands of ARMYs joined in with cheers and applause, as if agreeing with Jimin's decision to hold an early celebration. Some fans were even seen singing snippets of the birthday song, making Jungkook even more flustered on stage. Yet behind the jokes, Jimin's message felt deeper. The statement could be seen as a form of appreciation to Jungkook after their long journey together on various stages. Rather than waiting for a specific date, Jimin chose to use the available moment to express gratitude and good wishes directly. Jungkook was then seen responding with a wide smile. He appeared to enjoy the attention despite occasionally looking embarrassed to be the center of the spotlight. That simple interaction made ARMY even more carried away by the mood because it felt natural and not like a rigid concert segment. The birthday is still far off moment ultimately became another reason why the Day 2 Toronto concert felt so special. Jimin seemed to want to say that happy moments don't always have to wait for the exact date. As long as there is an opportunity to celebrate someone meaningful, even an early celebration can become an unforgettable memory. After Jimin brought up Jungkook's birthday that was still far away, the atmosphere at Rogers Stadium instantly changed drastically. Thousands of ARMYs who were previously waiting for the concert to resume suddenly gave an extraordinary response. Screams echoed even louder as they realized that Jimin was truly making Jungkook the center of attention on stage. The cheering even made Jimin smile broadly. He seemed to enjoy the fans' hyped reaction, as if knowing that his little surprise hit its mark. Jungkook, standing nearby, looked even more embarrassed, causing ARMY screams to break out once again. The camera then caught Jungkook's bashful expression. He smiled several times while bowing his head, while Jimin remained relaxed with the microphone in hand. The contrast between Jimin looking confident and Jungkook trying to hide his shyness became one of the most eye-catching parts. ARMY inside the stadium did not stay silent either. Some were heard shouting Jungkook's name, while others gave a long round of applause. Within seconds, a moment that was initially just a brief chat turned into a mini celebration involving the whole audience. The reaction also showed how quickly ARMY caught every mood shift on stage. As soon as Jimin started talking about Jungkook, fans immediately understood that something special was happening. They joined in providing energy to both members, as if wanting to ensure the moment became an unforgettable memory. What made the atmosphere even more chaotic was Jungkook's own response. Instead of trying to divert the attention, he seemed to enjoy the situation while occasionally looking at Jimin. The continuous smile on his face got ARMY even more excited, filling the stadium with cheers once more. Jimin then let the fans' voices echo for a few moments before continuing his message. The moment felt like a spontaneous interaction between idols and ARMY, not just part of a show. Jimin gave space for fans to join in celebrating Jungkook, while Jungkook became the victim of a surprise who seemingly couldn't escape the spotlight. For ARMY present live in Toronto, The moment certainly held a distinct impression. They did not just witness BTS's performance, but also saw the spontaneous interaction between the members. The stadium atmosphere filled with cheers turned a simple birthday message into one of the warmest moments of the Day 2 concert. However, after the cheers began to subside, fans' attention returned to Jimin. He was still holding the microphone and didn't seem quite finished speaking. Jungkook looked back at him with a curious expression. From here, a new question arose that made ARMY even more impatient. Did Jimin still have another surprise stored for Jungkook before the night in Toronto officially came to an end?